Hello. Today we're going to talk about a couple different things, and something I'm want to talk about is what to pair with a cigar. Whether it's food, drink, what do you like, what you don't like, the different taste from it. But I'm going to light up, today I have a Diamond Crown Maduro. Actually, Michael, somebody left that here for you, but I kind of ended up in my pocket.
Oh, well,
so
let me know
I'll
how.
let you know
Let me know how it was,
But
so I
Diamond-
could thank that person
Right.
and let them know how it was.
I always like a Diamond Crown's always a nice cigar to me. Now it's not something that it's an everyday smoke because it has it is a little pricey, but great quality cigar. And probably one of the best cigars, probably top 5 I ever smoked, was the Diamond Crown Cameroon that they don't even sell. It's not even available. I guess it's just a promotional event cigar or something like that.
Yep. Yeah, it's not a regular production cigar.
But that was one of the best cigars I thought that I ever smoked, because I like a Cameroon wrapper, and that one was really good. But I'm going to do the Diamond Crown Robusto.
What are you talking about it being pricey? It was free.
Well, this one was, but
Oh.
the other ones I buy usually got something, they have a nice sticker. But it's nice, when you're looking for something special, a couple times a year or something to treat yourself. You can't go wrong with one of them, but it's not an everyday cigar for me anyway. But I always like the quality made by Fuente.
Yeah.
So the quality's great. The draw, the burn was always good on the cigar. So if you do go and treat yourself to a Diamond Crown, you won't be disappointed in the construction, the quality, the draw, and the flavor.
So the Cameroon wrapper that the Fuente family uses is pretty much the #1 source of Cameroon wrapper in the world by the Mirafel family.
Yes.
I'm actually going to be smoking a Tatuaje Nuevitas. It's got a little bit of a unfinished foot. A friend of mine on the Facebook group on our Facebook page last night was smoking one, and it's something that he never smoked before. I've smoked many of, but it's been a while since I have, so it's kind of like a little reminder to get back to an enjoyable cigar.
Mm-hmm. Getting back to the Cameroon wrapper. Now, why is it? Because there's other companies out there that make, use a Cameroon wrapper, but I never get one that I like as much as, on the Fuente, like the 858 is an African Cameroon wrapper, this Diamond Crown. Just something different about the wrapper.
Well,
I would assume
there's differences in Cameroon wrapper. There's authentic Cameroon, which is grown, in Africa, whereas there's some other types of Cameroon where they take the seed and plant it somewhere else.
A hybrid.
A little bit of a hybrid, yeah. So there's going to be differences, but when you could get a hold of some good authentic Cameroon, you know it.
Right. That's why the 858 Fuente 858 is one of my favorite cigars, I think, because of that wrapper. With that.
I know of La Flor Dominicana that also uses authentic Cameroon as well. Wow. That's another favorite.
We all know I can't smoke much La Flor Dominicana, so...
Well, you ready for your story or what?
No, not yet. We'll hold on to that one yet a little bit. But let's talk about what you like to pair with a cigar. Do you get a different flavor out of something different you drink, or out of something different you eat, or... now, like the weather, it's starting to get cooler. Does your palate change on what kind of cigars? Because we see here at Smoke Rings, when weather starts getting cooler, you'll see more people go into darker beers and Yingling Lager and so forth.
Sure.
And bourbons, darker liquors compared to in the summer. It's a lot of lighter stuff. So with me with cigars, I don't think so. I think I stay the course on what I normally smoke.
I don't change very often either. A lot of times if I'm looking for a little bit of a different flavor or something to add to what I'm pairing, for me, a lot of times it's actually more soda than anything else. Like a cream soda, like an orange cream soda, or like a root beer, something like that. Not your typical, Sprite, Coke.
It was really good. I like the one time, I don't do it a lot, but a Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper would be another one, yeah.
Because there's so many different flavors, I guess, in their flavor profile is good. And I always like a hazelnut coffee. But I never got, I tried, a little bit different bourbons, a little bit. and different beers. You know, because you read some magazines and they pair this with that and it brings that out. But I never got anything with that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, especially with all the different flavors in, say, like a Dr. Pepper, I guess what you're hoping for is it to, you know, kind of wake your palate, you know, wake your palate up a little bit and kind of, you know, maybe heighten the different flavors in different parts of your palate. But never really, for me either, you know, you know, a lot of times I'm a beer drinker. I'm going to have a Land Shark or, you know, something along those lines, some type of lager.
Right.
For me in the winter, it's, you know, I'll try different beers. I'll try, you know, the specialty type stuff, but I'm always going back to you know, what I'm comfortable with.
Right. How about food? Any food that were anything different? Do you smoke something different? If you eat, you know, a steak and potato and a bigger meal, you look for something heavier after that, compared to if you're just having a hoagie or a slice of pizza.
Not really. No. I mean, I know a lot of people, the rule of thumb is, you know, if you're going to be smoking a stronger, fuller cigar, you want to have a nice hearty meal prior to it.
Yeah.
But not the case.
Put a little coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either with the food. Now, the one thing I know about what not to eat before to smoke a cigar, because it could be brutal, is long hots. And if you don't know what long hots are, there's pepper and they're long and they're hot. Most people grow them in the garden. You could find them in some produce stores and grocery stores. But what you do with the long hots, you just cut the stem off, you fry them in olive oil over a low heat, add a ton of garlic. I love it. You add all kind of fresh garlic sliced up, you know, 15, 20 minutes till they get real soft. And they don't have to be served hot. They could be room temperature. Then you go to Snaps and you get a nice flat top Italian bread, you cut it up and you make a sandwich. But then they just happened to me a few weeks ago. I had a couple sandwiches like that, maybe some with provolone cheese, and it's hot. You know, your tongue's burning, your mouth's burning, it's on fire, you have something to drink, it's all right, I'm gonna have a cigar. Well, when I first started banging on that cigar, and it hit my tongue and roof. I thought my head was gonna pop off. It was so hot. I could smoke for about an hour. I had to let, you know, I had some water, a little glass of milk, because the milk takes the
little sting away.
But that had to be the worst thing when I started hitting that cigar. After a couple of long hot sandwiches.
I never did that before.
Yeah, but try it. You'll know what I'm talking about.
I know with the long hots, you know, especially, you know, like a Snaps pepper salad, their hot pepper salad.
Yeah.
It's hot the first day you consume it. It's even hotter the second day and the third day as it sits there and it marinates. So, yeah, that's something I don't think I'll be looking forward to.
So why do we just keep eating it so hot? I just kept eating sandwich after sandwich.
Yeah,
dipping the
good.
bread, sucking up all the oil and the garlic.
You can't get enough.
Nope. But then when I lit that cigar and smoked it, I thought, oh, shit. But that's what I can't eat. I can't smoke after I eat.
I see a contest in the future. A couple long hot sandwiches, see who could smoke the longest or who could finish their cigar without their face being on fire.
Right? But my head, it was burned. I thought my mouth was hot before, but I don't know what it was with the... And I even went with a mild. I think I may have went with a Butera or something so mild. But
well, it's probably not so much the nicotine or it's probably just the contact.
The contact
with your mouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought the peppers were hot. But it didn't stop me. The next day I went and did it again.
Probably did the same thing.
Same thing again. So I finished all.
If I know you probably had a snack around 3 a.m. too, and it was the same thing.
Not at 3 a.m. doing them. But here's Diamond Crown is smoking perfect. Draw a nice even burn, great flavor. Even though it's dark and all, it's really not overpowering. A little more flavor, I would say, a little more strength than the naturals that they make.
I find that with a lot of cigars, and you know, again, not to be afraid of a darker cigar. You know, it doesn't always necessarily mean it's going to be powerful.
Not at all. But this is burning real nice. I almost went when I was going through the humidor to see what I was going to smoke tonight. I almost went with the Intenso. Because I know so many guys here and our friends.
Have you smoked it yet?
Yeah. I smoked them. And they have some bite to them. To me, they have a bite. They have a little sting on the tongue.
Yeah.
But I know all the friends here and the guys that we hang out with,
maybe that's
their daily smoke.
Every day.
It's a daily smoke.
And the guy I was talking to last night, Jeff, about, you know, what he was smoking, then he asked me what I like, and I was like, you know, hands down, by far, one of the best cigars in the humidor, bang for the buck, is the Gisbert Intenso.
Yeah.
He said, all right, send me a box. He's like, I want to see what all the hype is. So,
Yeah.
he'll be getting that any day now.
Yeah, I tried one. I've smoked them before, but I got away from them. But I said, let me try another one. To
That
see
might
if my
be the
palate
perfect
changed.
cigar for the long hot competition.
Maybe.
Oh,
We'll try that
maybe.
one to do that. We have to do that because Alex probably's got a ton of long hots. He gave me a big bag of them. That's where I got them from, and fried them up. And boy, they were so good. Next day, I even put them on my cheeseburger.
Yeah, why not?
Right? I
put on
everything. I put them on everything
until they're gone.
Yep, and we ate them all. But Alex will do that. That's a good contest we'll have here, have here sometime. But that Intenso, I mean, I smoked the whole thing. It's not like I didn't smoke it, but to me, it put a little sting on my tongue, a little bite.
Yeah, I like that in a cigar. It's nice, full bodied. You got that black pepper. I mean, and
It's more like red pepper to me.
I mean, I've probably personally smoked at least 10 boxes of those.
Yeah,
And a lot of the guys here do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a very consistent, well-made cigar by AJ Fernandez. Fantastic cigar. Really, really good.
Oh, yeah, the quality burned perfect.
Yeah, every time.
Raw,
Every time.
everything.
I've never had a bad one.
Yeah, that's one of the worst things. You don't want to fight with your cigar,
Nah.
whether it's on the draw or the burn.
No, not at all. This Nuevitas is smoking beautifully.
Now, is that the one? Is that made in Miami or is that in Nicaragua also?
I believe this is Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Because they're not making many in Miami. I don't know.
I don't
they
think
were
so.
doing some here and there and some things.
I don't think so.
Oh, jeez. But I know it for a while there. But yeah, that's a quality.
Yeah, I mean, I like
anything by
Pete
by
Johnson.
Pete
Is a
is
fantastic
the same
job.
thing as a nice quality stick.
Yeah, nice. I mean, and this one is probably, the wrapper's much lighter on it, but I bet you it's a lot fuller than that Diamond Crown.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because they're just known to blend
Yeah.
stronger stuff, right?
Yep.
That's the taste they're going for and they want to get.
And the difference between Dominican tobacco
Yeah.
and Nicaraguan tobacco. You
But
have those generalities there.
But it's just, with our perception, it's not always real. If you remember a couple years ago when we were at the Garcia factory in La Romana, and they did a tasting with us, and I believe they were all Monte Cristo cigars. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they had a Dominican Monte Cristo, a Nicaraguan Monte Cristo, and a Cuban Monte Cristo. Were they Monte Cristos or Romeos?
Monte Cristos.
Monte Cristos. So they put the three, and we didn't know which was which. No bands. It was a blind tasting. We sat there for a couple hours, and they said, smoke half of each cigar, and we want you to see if you could tell the difference between a Dominican, Nicaraguan, and a Cuban cigar. And we did. And then you put down which one you thought. So, of course, I thought, and I think most people in that group, I don't know how many were there, did the same thing. They put, the strongest one they thought was the Cuban. The mildest one they put as the Dominican. And, we went around the whole room and doing that. And then when, I think it was Rafael Nadal did the tasting with us, correct?
Correct.
And he said, well, which one? We did put our hand up with this one. And it turns out the Dominican Monte Cristo was the strongest that we all thought.
Yep.
And the Cuban Monte Cristo was the mildest we all thought.
Yeah.
But everything you read or everything I always thought was Cuban cigars were so strong
And there had
powerful.
to be, how many people do you think? Maybe about 30?
Yeah, 30,
20,
40
30
guys.
people? 40?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, and a lot of them were
90%.
retailers just like us that have been in the industry a long time, have smoked thousands of cigars.
Yeah.
And just about every one of us were wrong.
But I know I just picked because I thought, oh, this one's mild. It has to be the Dominican.
Right.
Oh, this one's strong. It has to be the Cuban.
Yep.
But I think 90% of that group had that pegged the same way, just because of what we thought was true is not always. So you always got to give that cigar a try and see what your palate is. But I found that interesting because I always thought I didn't smoke. I never smoked a lot of Cuban cigars, and I don't know much about them. But just what you read and you hear and you hear on some podcasts and so forth. I always thought Cuban cigars were a powerful cigar. Where here, the Dominican was the strongest. Most of us thought, and I did too. Yeah, I found that interesting.
And we went to Cuba about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
We did like a 5-day trip. We smoked a lot of cigars, and I think as a group, we all smoked more Dominican and Nicaraguan cigars than the Cuban cigars that we had purchased there.
Yeah, now that was probably the only one or two of the only times that I could say I smoked a real Cuban cigar. Because you get them and you could get them here, but you really know if they are, they're counterfeit. But we were there, but I wasn't impressed with anything, the flavor. To me, because I believe I bought their, I know I bought an H. Upmann Sir Winston, I had a Montecristo, and I believe a Partagas number 2. And to me, the 3 cigars all tasted the same. And we smoked them. We went to 3 different shops.
Yeah.
Out of the tourist area, not in the tourist area. Out, in the country, and sat in these cigar stores, local stores, not tourist shops. But to me, them 3 cigars all tasted the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You hear a lot of different things and rumors and all, but I wasn't impressed at all.
And not that they were bad cigars.
No,
the construction was good. The draw was good.
Absolutely.
But I think that we're just more comfortable and accustomed to the Dominican, the Nicaraguan tobaccos. I mean, almost everything I smoke is more or less Nicaraguan cigar.
But the quality, the quality is good. But to me, the Dominican or Nicaraguan, Honduran cigars, the quality of the tobacco and everything is heads and tails above anything coming out of Cuba.
Yeah.
I mean, we smoked them and they weren't bad. They drew nice and all, but to me, they were just flat. They weren't too complex. And the 3 different brands all tasted the same.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's a lot of rumors out there about that.
There's a lot of rumors, and we don't want to get into that on how that happened. But they're all made probably in the same factories all over, or whatever. I don't know what their quality control's like. But it was definitely an interesting trip to see.
I'm sure it's not anywhere near what we've seen in person,
No.
At the Perdomo factory, at the Fuente factory, La Flor Dominicana.
Any place we've ever been.
Yeah.
The quality and the care that's put into the cigars is heads and tails. But that was an interesting trip, and it was funny. That was in that short time period when you were able to travel to Cuba. And now I believe they blocked that again now. So
Correct.
You can't.
Yeah.
But it's not like when I came back from there, I said, I can't wait to get back. And I think all of us in our group pretty much felt the same way.
Yeah.
Not that it was a bad trip, but it was bad. There was nothing really. I think our expectations were a little higher than they should have been, and it didn't really meet it.
Right.
With that.
That happens.
But this is burning good. We're going to enjoy and finish these cigars off here. And I don't know. I have nothing else to say. I'm still thinking about them log hots. I'm going to have to go to Alex's house on the way home and get some more.
One thing I want to say is, this is our 3rd video. We just kind of started just to talk about everyday life. No script. Pretty much off the cuff. And I'm blown away by the response that we've gotten from our consumers, our friends,
everybody.
Everybody. I'm getting text messages, emails, messages on Facebook. Keep it up. It's they're interesting.
This is what we do when we just sit around talking. That's
we
all
figure we're just going to share it with everyone instead of just keeping it all to ourselves.
And then we're going to bring in we'll have some cameo appearances in the future on some guys to get their take on. I just find it interesting on how guys.
It's real talk, real cigar talk every day. We
have no alliance to anybody. It's just how we talk and feel about what we're smoking or what we're drinking or what we're doing.
Yeah.
With that.
So till next time.
Till next time. Have a great day.
Thank you.